communicate with him, can we?
It's every time. Welcome to the first 11. It's Friday night. It's Fraud Watch. How's everyone doing? We all good?
Good, man.
Kicking it.
Not bad, bro. Not bad.
And listen, people, I know Prime's not here, but he's still controlling it, which is why you had a big screenshot of Chez straight away. Chez, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good.
I'm not looking forward to Morecambe, but just trying to look at other matches and stuff.
It might be the best thing that ever happened to Timo if he can start and bag a couple of goals.
He's living rent free in your head, isn't it? Oh my gosh.
I mean, it could be worse.
So
it could be a
wants to
Bamiyang,
start?
couldn't you? Be serious.
True.
Yeah, it could be worse when you got Frank Lampard, right?
Yikes.
Hey, it could be when you got a Bamiyang, isn't it? You got Arteta, mate. What are you talking about?
Wait,
You can't
who
say
would
anything.
ever think that Chelsea
Don't
and Arsenal would be jealous
put
of
Arteta
Ole
and
Gunnar
Lampard in the
Solskjaer?
same-
Like, come on.
Oh, I'm going to put Arteta there. Arteta is shit.
Ole Gunnar
He's
Solskjaer is
so
no better
bad.
than either of our managers, so don't speak.
So bad. He nearly got you relegated.
I can't lie.
What makes you think that?
No, let's not go to. They're
Indiana,
all the
you
same
can't-
level.
you can't-
They're all the same
no,
level. I don't
that's
care.
what I'm
They're
saying.
the same.
They're all the same,
They're all
except
the
one
same.
man's been coaching for 10 years.
Don't
that's very
put
true.
my
That's
club
very true.
in
So not
your
as good
club's
then?
bracket. Your club is down here. My club's always been up here. You've been down here for a very long time. You stay there, all right?
They spent 200 million to be 3 points ahead of us. Shut up.
We're a bigger club than you. We have been for
Imagine.
15 years.
Bigger club,
15
bro.
He
years.
splashed 72 on
Bigger club
Pepe,
than you.
innit? So
Big
it's what
club.
it
Jem,
is.
how old are you again?
And then replace him with Willian.
That's what I'm saying.
Old enough to have watched the VR, the older than the 2004 era, bruv. Trust me.
Listen,
There's a
let's,
difference between bigger club
let's not get into this management stuff, man. 'cause
and a conference.
we talk about this every day, and it's the same answers. We just get on it and on it and on it. So let's start with actually let's start with the guest, Chez. Let's start with your fraud, and I think you're picking two as well, right? So
Yeah, I've got two. Put me on the spot.
give us one, and then we'll go round, and then we'll go back to you after.
Well, I'm going to start off easy with these ones. Well, not easy, but he's definitely a player which people don't mention enough of, who doesn't cut the mustard. You know what I'm trying to say? He doesn't do enough for me not to call him a fraud, and that's Gabriel Jesus. What a deadbeat striker, innit? Let's be real here. Yeah? Does anybody here think this guy would get in their team and start for them and banging goals? I don't even think it's a system thing. I just think it's overrated.
Gal, do you want to answer that?
I would say Gabriel Jesus is a good player, man. I don't know
But
about. I don't know about.
I think he would actually do a good job for Arsenal.
Yeah, but Arsenal has just low standards. It doesn't really count. I'm talking about a big club, innit? Like,
Are we gonna do this all night? This is what it is, right? This is what it is, right? Okay, let's start right now. Gabriel Jesus would come to your team. He's better than what do you call it? Timo Werner right now. He's better than Tammy Abraham. And
Hey, God, when did you get so funny?
No. Let's be real. And he's better than Giroud statistically. So as of right now, Gabriel Jesus, all three of your strikers can't tie his shoelaces.
It's a joke of the day, mate. Stop talking out your ass, all right? This is
No,
silly.
I
know,
conversation,
deadass.
man.
I don't know if you can
There it
disagree
is.
with him, though. I don't know if
No,
you can disagree.
no. Real talk. That's better than Giroud.
Timo Werner was the second highest goal scorer in Europe for 2 seasons in a row. What are you talking about, bro? Just
Yeah,
shit.
at Chelsea.
Premier
Was he at
League.
Chelsea? Was he at Chelsea? No.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, but
It doesn't
he's not, is
matter.
he?
It doesn't
Right
matter.
now,
You're talking
he's
about the
not.
guy overall. We're talking about him overall. He's a better player than Jesus by far. You can't compare him. It's like a Bamiyang. Bamiyang's better than him. He's just having a bad season. Let's be serious.
A very bad season, by the way. Just want to add that in.
Look at the guy. He wants to cry.
How many goals did Tammy Abraham get last year?
14.
How many
I know
goals
it
did
is
Gabriel
okay.
Jesus
15,
get last
15.
year?
We're
Wait, you're not
talking about that.
comparing-
We're talking about
you're not
Werner and
comparing
Giroud.
a striker who just came from the
I'm not...
Championship, yeah, playing in his first season in the Prem properly, against a striker that's been there for a
You
long
cannot
time.
compare to us. We're better than you. We're bigger than you. We're everything
I'm
that
not
you're
talking
not.
about that.
Just
It
accept
is
it.
absolute blasphemy. You guys can't talk shit about Gabriel Jesus when the man is playing behind. He's playing behind Aguero and he's bagging 13, 14
No,
goals.
girl, real talk there. That's my point. It's like he's playing behind the goal. He's been out injured for a long time now, but not once have we looked at him and gone, yeah, he could be a replacement, or yeah, he's got a good prospect ahead of him, or yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that. He's just very average. Hence why, without Aguero,
You know how old
they're
he
not
is?
as prominent. I think he's at 23, 24, which is
He's
not
23,
young.
yeah.
He's another
That's not-
Firmino, mate. He's another Firmino. Just accept it. He's Brazilian. He's got that
He-
Brazilian
No,
blood in
Miguel's
him.
got a point.
No,
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 Miguel's
no,
got a point. He's a young player.
No, but
He's a
Indiana,
young player.
if age, yeah, I don't agree with age.
Wait,
If
wait.
you're good
You
enough
don't.
to play-
Timo Werner's a younger player, but you don't give him the time. So what's the difference?
what I'm saying.
He's-
You just told
Timo
me
Werner's
he's the
24.
second highest top scorer in Europe.
Because he
Exactly.
was.
He is, but
So-
it's not the point. You still moan
So
at
why
him
can't
about
he
having
put the ball in the
missing a
back of the
couple
net?
games and not
So
scoring
why
goals.
can't
The
he put the ball in the back of the
expectations
net?
for Gabriel Jesus and the expectations for Timo Werner are two completely different
No,
things.
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Gabriel
That's a lie.
Jesus.
That's a lie.
Listen,
Why?
listen,
That's a
no,
Why?
listen. Gabriel
Why?
Jesus was brought in. Gabriel Jesus was brought in as a wonder kid from Brazil with not as much expectations as the man coming from RB Leipzig, leading the line for that team, the best striker in that team, the second best striker in that league, coming to the Premier League with the expectations of being a golden boot, almost a golden boot winner last year in Germany. Gabriel Jesus came over from where? He came over from Brazil. He came over from Brazil. He came over from Parma's.
Fairs. So your argument is because he came from a different country, it lowers his expectations. Is that what you mean? So that
No,
defines a player.
Do you know what age Gabriel Jesus came in? Gabriel Jesus came in 2017 summer. He's played 4 years at Man City as a youth. Like the man's 23. They literally signed him when he was 19.
That's the thing though, because
Timo Werner is being signed right now.
Wait, forget Timo Werner.
He's about to hit his prime.
Forget Timo Werner like comparison, 'cause that's a bit unfair. Timo Werner just joined. Like I said, Gabriel has just been there for like what 3-4 seasons. My
4
thing is,
seasons.
if you look at players like Rashford, who are young, and although he didn't come from Brazil, he still came from a youth academy, whatever. He's still doing well and progressing as a player in the same Premier League pitches as Gabriel Jesus. So why is Rashford doing leaps and bounds over Jesus? Why is
Prime,
it the
can you
case?
share my screen?
That's what I want to know.
Prime, can you please share my screen?
What do you want to share there?
There you go. I am sick and tired of you guys slandering this kid. As a 19-year-old in the Premier League, his first season got 7 goals, 4 assists.
Poor.
Second season,
Poor.
13 goals, 3 assists. Fourth season,
Poor.
7 goals, 3
He
assists.
couldn't even
Oh.
play. He played
Last
7
season-
matches
Last season,
He
last
played
season-
29 games, 7 goals in goal. What are you talking about? 7
Listen.
goals in 29
Man
games.
played 29 games.
Majority of those
Yeah,
games, he
goal
was a
contributions.
substitute. He wasn't starting.
Don't give me this. They're poor. Look at this season.
No,
7 goals,
hey,
2 games.
You're my guy, but come on, look at them stats. Do not try and justify that and tell me he's living up to his
In the
expectations. No
Champions
way.
League.
Yeah, he's doing better in the Champions League than he
Yeah,
is in
he's
the
doing
Premier
right
League
in
by
the League.
far. Yeah, of course
In
he is.
the EFL Cup, they always do crazy numbers in the EFL Cup. But in my opinion, you guys are harsh on this guy. You guys are
No.
judging him.
No,
Judge
wait,
players
stop.
based on their expectations. Don't judge them based on. You're judging players based on they're at Man City, this, that. The guy's doing a good
Wait,
job.
Wait,
at
can
Man
I answer that?
Yeah,
Can I
but
answer
isn't that what the expectation is though?
exactly my point?
If you're the backup striker at a club that should be fighting or winning the title every season, shouldn't the level be somewhere closer
he's
to
doing what he's
Aguero? And I
supposed to
know
be
that's
doing.
difficult.
He's
Say that
doing
again.
what he's supposed to be doing, Jem. Indiana. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's not doing anything outside of what he shouldn't be doing. He's scoring the amount of goals that he needs to be scoring. And don't forget, this season when they got 100 points, the man was on fire. Every time he came on the pitch, he was on fire. Just because he only has 2 goals this season, just because the whole Man City team is struggling this
He's got as
season.
many as Anthony Martial, bruv, this season, and he ain't even been playing.
That's
That
the
is
thing.
shocking.
I think because Man City are a small club, the microscope isn't on them as much. But let's be real, them goal contributions per a goal ain't good enough. And the expectation is you're starting for Man City, one of the
He's not.
challenging teams in the league. That is the expectation. It's not how much you come in for.
Aguero's been injured for like 6 months.
He's not
That's what I'm
starting
trying to
though. Aguero's injured. He's still not starting. He's a backup.
Exactly.
He's
That
not a
says something,
starter.
didn't it, Gal?
That's my point.
Think of it.
He's
Why
a
is he not
fraud.
playing?
Like he's just fraud. He's getting paid to what? Sit on the bench, get a few
Listen.
tattoos and that.
Even on Indiana's show, there's too many Chelsea guys. You guys are like what's going on, guys? You guys have your own agenda against the guy.
Too fair, yeah, girl. That was my.
There's
pick,
no
innit?
agenda. I just say it as I
Yeah.
see it, and you just showed me stats that do not back the player that well. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you're trying
We
to
don't
use
hate
stats
City.
to prove
City
a
are
That's
teams.
my
point.
point.
I'm
That he's
very
a
open
bench
to listen to
player.
it.
But wait,
He's a bench player.
stop. Hey, Gal, what are your expectations of Jesus though? Like what
My
do you
expectations of
expect him to be?
Jesus- My expectations of Jesus right now is a guy who gets me 15 goals all comps every season, minimum,
Okay.
which
And
he
Ches,
does.
Ches, what are yours? What are your expectations of him?
Well, it's linked to what Jammer just said. Go back to that comment. It just went through. Said Jesus isn't on forward. What? The other one.
Go down, Prime.
Jesus,
One more.
it says Jesus isn't on forward watch and Sterling's our main goal scorer in this time here. That's sort of what I'm alluding to. Is like to link into your question. Is like he should be their main outlet. It shouldn't be reliant on Sterling to bag them all the goals. It's only Sterling's doing that because of his quality in the team. Imagine Sterling wasn't as clinical as everyone said. Imagine Sterling was as bad as everyone thinks he is. Underrated. He's so underrated, Sterling. What would Jesus be doing in that team? Foden's come in as a winger and done more than Jesus in the whole time he's been here. Am I lying? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why
he looks. I can't lie. Foden's a top player.
Listen, the
man.
other thing you've got to bear in mind as well is Sergio Aguero's getting to his age now. You can obviously see it because he keeps getting injured. He keeps getting occurring injuries as well. Man City could have gone out and bought a striker. Let's be serious, and they didn't. Yeah, so they've got Gabriel Jesus there. They obviously must trust him a little bit to not be doing that. Yeah. And, but the fact that they're not playing him and haven't been playing him season tells me that there's a issue. There's a problem with him. Yeah. And he was bought in. I don't care if you're bought in for Man City. Yeah. As a striker, you're bought in to compete, to challenge. Do you know what I mean? You're not here to just be a B striker. You're here to challenge. Aguero's getting past his age now. Do you know what I mean? Jesus should be on that door. He's young. He's fresh. He's Brazilian. He should be like, I'm here. You know what I mean? And he's not doing that. That's the problem that I've got with him at the moment.
No, I think City are going in the market in the summer. If they can buy a striker, they buy one. If they can get Haaland over the line, they're going for him because Jesus isn't. Think about this: Haaland, Jesus.
Haaland.
It's not. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I do get Ches's point on it. Let's move on then. Jem.
Yeah.
You're fraud, man.
My fraud is Anthony Martial. And the reason Anthony Martial is my fraud is because he is a player with abundance of ability. Yeah, abundance. He's technically good. He can dribble. He's got speed. He can score goals. The biggest thing that lets Anthony Martial down is himself. And that sounds stupid, is himself. Because he'll have a couple of bad games and then he can't seem to get back up to the level that he knows he should be hitting. And he's been too inconsistent. For the last 6 years that he's been at Man United, he's been too inconsistent at the football club. He should be the man leading that line for Man United. Do you know what I mean? And he's not doing that. And every season he comes in. Prime, share my screen quickly, if you can, please. Can you see? Has he brought it up yet?
No, not yet. I get where you're going with it, though. And I'm a Man United fan, but I do get where you're going with it.
He's got abundance of ability, Indiana. There's no question that he could be your best player based upon talent. But he doesn't. He's one of these players that he's got the talent, but he can't seem to seek it. Can you see my screen yet? Has he showed it?
I don't know.
Prime?
Have you shared
Prime,
it yet?
share my screen.
No, he hasn't shared it yet. Whilst he's trying to figure that out, from a Man United point of view, how I feel about Martial as a striker, as a number 9. It's just not. That's just not his position. I'm sorry, it's just not. When he's running at players or he can run in behind, great, play him. Like stretch him, let him run at players. Incredible. Low blocks. Yeah. And his hold-up play has improved. Don't get me wrong, but even balls in the box, like he's got to think about getting in the box It's not an instinct for him. Do you know what I mean?
He's been here.
Don't get me wrong. That goal the other day was incredible. That header, that was brilliant.
Yes,
to see from him was incredible. Yeah. But he's not natural. Do you know what I mean? He's not a natural striker.
Right. Indiana. He's been here for 6 years, right? And I'm looking at his stats from 17 onwards, in the Premier League. I mean, in other competitions, it doesn't even look that pretty itself, right? But he came in 16, 17, he played 10 matches in the Premier League and he scored 7. Okay, that's so yeah. It goes to 17, 18, he plays 29 matches and he scored 13. Yeah. Goes into 18, 19, he plays 29 matches and he scored 7. 7 in 29 matches, bruv. Yeah. In the Premier League. He then goes on to what was his best season, which was at the end of last season. He played 34 games. That's a lot of games. Yeah, Premier League games. So he only missed 4 games in the full season and he scored 14 goals. And that all came at the end of the season. My problem with him is his inconsistency. He will go missing for half a season and then all of a sudden he will turn up and Anthony Martial was here. Why can he not find that? So like the end of last season, why couldn't he just gone, right, I had a good end of the season. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to run that strike force. I'm going to be the man. I'm the one that's going to score 20-odd goals this season. He just doesn't do it. It's just a lack of consistency.
My issue is like, Cavani comes in and you think, oh, Cavani's here. Watch me up my game. And we just haven't seen that from him. But, Egal, what's your thoughts on it?
Yo, Tarzan's impressed. But when you talk about Martial, the thing about Martial is he is the one person you could put in that striker position and the ball will stick when he gets the ball. Cavani is more about movement. Rashford, it's more about getting the ball and driving at attacks and pushing the attack forward. But Martial is the one person who could possibly link play. You don't really have anybody else who does that. So as much as I get where Martial is not finishing his dinner, he's not getting shots off, he's not really scoring goals, which a striker should do. And I make fun of Roberto Firmino for doing that.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing.
In your system, it does make sense why he plays in that position over Cavani and Rashford. But at the same time, he needs to produce more because he's starting to look like Firmino, no goals. He
is, and it's scary, and it's a worry. It's a worry. Let's be serious. How long can he keep staying at Man United? He's going into this is his 6th season and continue with this level of inconsistency. Like you're not Indiana. You surely can't be. You're a Man United fan. You surely cannot be happy with that.
Do you know what my first ever phone call into the football terrace was? We are not good enough up front for Manchester United. Like the biggest club in the world, we don't have the best striker in the world.
Yeah,
or one of.
Yeah.
That's it's levels for me. I would keep Martial. I would keep him if he was happy enough to play second fiddle to a top striker.
Oh yeah. Oh
do you know what I'm saying? That it's like.
Yeah.
But is he that top striker? Will he ever
That's be that?
I don't think he will.
I was gonna say because heard you guys speak. I think what is the case of, is Man United fans overrate some players, unfortunately. And what happens is when he came in and he done bits at Monaco, as we've seen, not all the Monaco players that done well in that team have gone on to big things. And I think he's one of those players. I think people hyped him up too much. Oh, Lord. People hyped him up too much. And this is what happens. Like, he isn't that great. Like, he's all right. He got 2 more goals than Tammy Abraham last season, who was called a flop, who was called Bamboo and Ice. And Martial's lauded for getting 17 goals. 2 more than Abraham. So where's the level he's at? Is he just above Abraham? What is he in the middle between that and Harry Kane? Like, what is he? I think he's just an average Premier League player at the moment. He can improve. He's got the tech, like Gal said. Yeah, he shouldn't be. He's got the ball at his feet.
He's got all the ability. That's the problem.
That's what annoys me with him. That's what frustrates me the most with players like Martial.
Probably mental.
So why much you can see it. Chelsea fan? You should be laughing.
Huh?
You should be enjoying this.
Enjoying what?
The fact that they have a striker that you don't rate.
Yeah, but I'm being objective with
no, it's
they can't right now.
Do you know what? No, exactly. Banter aside, it is frustrating. It's from just like banter aside, it's frustrating seeing a player like that's that talented, and I've seen it. He's very, very good. Play like that. It's a shame. It's a shame for football because I want to see more from him. I want to see him play and be the player that he's going to be. All right, it's at Man United. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't want it against my team, but you know what I mean. It's good for football to see players hit their abilities. You know what I mean?
100%. I agree with you there.
Yeah,
I
no,
understand where
definitely.
you're coming from. But if I would finish off the Martial thing, I would say at the end of the day, the guy still has the ability and the capabilities of progressing in his career, even though it's so late in his career. This is a guy, if you did a trade, say this was basketball and you guys did a swap deal for Harry Kane, Man United might be better today, but in 5 years' time, Tottenham might have a better situation with Martial as their striker over Harry Kane. Is that crazy to say?
Well,
that's mad. I think that's crazy.
Do you really think that's crazy? Because I think Martial is a player who could still evolve as a player. Where Harry Kane, he's the finished article. You already know what he is. Martial, to me, has a higher ceiling than Harry Kane.
I would give Spurs Martial and money and take Harry Kane. Let's just put it like that. I think Kane can do a number of things that you're asking your number 9 to do, and he does them on instinct. He scores goals on instinct, and I think it's just my big thing on Martial is that he is improving still. I get that. Like his hold-up play now and his link play, like you said, is incredible now. And before it wasn't so much. But it's still his runs, and he's still working on things. And I just question at 23 or 24, whatever he is now, whether he should still be that far behind. When you look at the Haalands, and I know that's like once in a generation type player, right? But when even an Mbappe, you look at the timing of their runs and how many runs they make, their movement all the time. So Martial makes the run once and then comes to feet. And so it's almost as if that's been coached into him, like, okay, you don't make enough runs. So what we're going to tell you to do is like, make that run. If you don't get the ball, then come to feet, make sure we keep the ball, because he's not intelligent enough to make another run. Does that make sense? Like, that's where I question him. But I do get what you're saying.
You got to bear in mind as well. He's been here 6 years. He's been in the Premier League for 6 years. If that was Tammy, look, we diss Tammy Abraham. We call him Bambi, but the guy scored 15 goals last season. That was his first season at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like, we slate these, and he's the same age. What, Tammy Abraham's like 22, 23. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I just checked it. Martial turned 25. He's not even a young
player. Yeah. That's what I mean. And you're supposed to be in your prime at 27. So like. I don't want him to leave. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't think he's a poor striker. It's like Jem said, he has all that ability. We just don't see enough of it put together. Do you know what I mean? We know there could be a finished article there, and
Indiana, it's him. It's not anyone else other than himself.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
I agree with you completely. I agree with you.
Let me ask you this though. Well, why is it that he's struggling? Do you not realize Martial? He needs to be in a team where he's the talisman. If he's in a team where he's the talisman, he will actually do amazing. Like, I'm not about this whole backing a player over a team. If I was a Manchester United fan, at the end of the day, I'd want what's best for United, and what's best for your team is not necessarily for him to be the talisman. But if he was the talisman, your team would be killing it. Because that's the kind of person he is. He's the kind of person he needs to be.
Yeah, but it was like the end of last season. The end of last season, he was the first, one of the first starting, on the team. Indiana would know. He'd be on the team sheet all the time.
Another point is, to back a girl's point, is like, I'm thinking about it now. What's he actually done in the big games as well? Like, what's he done in the important, significant games for Man United recently? And I can't remember one moment where he stepped up and put the ball in the back of the net, or stepped up and got a major assist. He's one of them players where he's a bit part player. Not as in like, people are going to bring up like one or two examples. He's not consistent. He's not a consistent footballer. Like, he'll go in and out of form. That's my point. It's not. He could turn up in one or two big games. Anybody can.
He pick and chooses. Yeah, he pick and chooses.
Yeah, chooses. But before we move on to Agals, because I know Agals excited about this one as an Arsenal fan. But hit the like button, share, subscribe, people. Make sure you do that. If you haven't subscribed already, do that. And for everybody involved in Fraud Watch and Ches today, the guest, You can find our Twitters and our channel links all in the description. So go through and go and subscribe to those and follow us all. Igal, what's your fraud?
Very simple. The man who won the PFA Player of the Year, I think, scoring the least amount of goals. Or no, not the least amount of goals. I think it's the third least amount of goals in Premier League history, winning the PFA Player of the Year. In addition to that, we used to say that Real Madrid was making a mistake not playing this man more, not giving him more game time. At times, people said to us, Tottenham had the best front three in the league with Gareth Bale in it. They also tried to say, at the beginning of the season, Gareth Bale could be one of the signings of the season. This, that. It's the biggest deal. It's the biggest bargain. Jose Mourinho does it again. All this and that. But you know what? Since he's come in, what has he done? What has he done? That's what I got to ask you guys. Because to me, he's an absolute fraud. He's missed 37 games due to a knee. 37 games. I mean 30. No, sorry. How many games did they play?
Well, you're putting Bale on forward watch. That's
he
mad.
has missed 37 days on the back end of his Real Madrid career. At Tottenham, he's already missed 16 days due to a calf problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with
Let me name some injuries: calf problem, knee problem, ankle sprain, infection, thigh problem, another calf problem, another ankle problem, an abductor problem, a calf problem, and that's only the first page. I can go to the next. There's 2 more pages. Right now, this guy has played less football in the past 3 years than he's done golfing. Okay, he does not care about anything. He said his heart was Tottenham, right? He did this for Tottenham. He should have done this with a golf ball, because that's what he cares more about, right? And finally, I don't need to speak anymore. I'll just show you guys my screen if Prime can put it up. This right here should show you what it mean. What a professional footballer should not have this kind of injury history. It's just not. It's just. Do you care about football?
Wow, I didn't know it was that bad.
That's only page 1, guys. Right? There's 2 more pages.
Oh my god.
So
that's crazy.
I didn't realize it was that bad, girl. Fair enough.
So
Is that Christian Pulisic?
No, that's Gareth Bale. Now, I don't even need to talk about goal involvement. I don't need to talk about any of those things. I don't need to talk about trophies. I don't need to talk about anything like that. We know he picked up his trophies at Real Madrid. He did a good job there. But what he's been doing lately, to me, shows a man who is no longer cares about football. He now cares more about prolonging his career, trying to, you know what he is? He's a keep getting them checks. Keep getting them checks, Bale. Keep getting them checks. As long as it's not at my club, I don't give a shit. You keep getting them checks. Keep doing your thing. I'm not gonna knock your hustle.
Checks,
right now, he's nicking a living.
It's it's checks and golf. It's just checks and golf with him. Like the guy was in Real Madrid playing golf in the sun, and then he came over here, and I said it. I said to Josh in the chat, I said, I bet you any money he comes over here, he gets an injury, he misses. I didn't know it was going to be this soon, to be fair. Yeah, he misses most of the season, and then it's just all you see is pictures of him in the newspapers playing golf, but with rain. It's just a different scene, like scenery. You know, it's just wet here, so he's got his little hat on, you know, knocking the ball in the hole and getting paid to sit on the bench and watch him play. That's all he does. That is appalling. That's appalling, man. I'm telling you. I
The
rip
only
his
reason why
contract
I
up.
stood up for him though is because what he's got on his CV though. That's the thing. Like I know,
Doesn't matter.
I know, but it just hurts.
Yeah,
I don't even
do you know
Tottenham
what?
fan.
I was with Ches.
But it's like, when you put Bell there, it's
injury
like,
list, and I was
yeah,
like, okay,
then that's
yeah,
what introduced. I was like,
I'm
fair
with
enough,
you.
that makes sense. But then it's like the guy has done. He as a Welshman, he went Tottenham.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
Run it up and left back. I'm just, it's on his CV though, Jem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I find
comment
it
of the
difficult to
day,
put him on there.
Leanne. About his
Wow,
injury, golf, and
and
vibes.
If he
It is.
was,
He is
if
vibes.
he-
He is.
if he was English and he wasn't Welsh, believe me, more people would slander him. It's because he's the Prince of Wales. People don't talk bad about him because he has a whole part of the country supporting him. To me, he's done amazing things for Wales. He's done amazing things for Real Madrid. But what has he really done for the past 5 seasons? After that free kick, after that goal against Liverpool, where we know the goalkeeper was drunk during the game or something, because he was just everything that was coming to him, he was losing it. Right? What was the goalkeeper's name again? Karius. They literally called the goalkeeping mistakes are literally called after him now. That's the last time Gareth Bale did something good.
To be fair, he did score an absolute
save.
screamer though in that Champions League final.
That was a great goal.
He did. But that's
He won
The
them.
only reason why he did that is because he was trying to copy.
Are you
trying to
calling
copy
him a fraud,
Cristiano.
though, Agal? Are you calling him a fraud, or are you calling the Spurs fans' expectations, the signing itself? What are you calling a fraud?
I'm saying at the beginning of the season when Gareth Bale came back, I was told he's coming back to do what Henry couldn't do. Come back and be a prince. Come back and make a difference, right? And I told them, I told everybody, be careful what you wish for, because when somebody comes back, it's never as good as when they first were there. And right now, everyone is seeing that he has come back and he's finished as a footballer. And the reason why I'm calling him a fraud and not the fans, I'm calling him a fraud because they generally thought this was the same person. And that's why he's being called a fraud. He's being called a fraud based on the expectations people had on him.
Fair enough. Can't argue.
Yeah, no, that's
because what was the expectation? Minimum 10 goals, 10 assists, right?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And if you listen, like I said, if you didn't show me that injury list, I was about to stick up for him and say like, oh no, he's just picked up an injury, or he's just not ready to play yet for the Prem. I was gonna start making excuses because of his quality. But after I've seen that injury list, I'm like, as a Spurs, like if you're a Spurs fan, right, you would be thinking, okay, let me go and look at his injury list. Why isn't he playing at Real Madrid right now? He's coming in. What can he do for us? Turns out, fuck all, because he's always injured. Like you're not going to get anything out of him. So I don't know where the talk of the top front three in the league's came from.
And also,
that's not going to happen.
Indiana, I just saw in Prime's comment.
Pull up the injury list again, Prime, please.
Prime put a comment saying, don't expect him to play. Bro, they pay half his wages. Like, they expect him to play. Like, you wouldn't bring Bell in for half the wages. He's still on 150k with half the wages, even with half.
Yeah,
he doesn't bring that. You know what I mean?
O'Shea's in the house. People.
It was just a fairy tale story. That's all it was, man. A fairy tale story.
You don't seem very enthusiastic about it, Indiana.
Pull up the injury list. Show him again.
Bit of nostalgia, yeah. That's what.
Have you seen this, O'Shea? O'Shea, have you seen this?
Guys, look at the days. 16 days, 37 days, 10 days, 13 days, 5 days, 28 days, 7 days, 21 days, 5 days, 12 days, 4 days, 11 days, 18 days. That's just page 1.
What's this?
You want to see page 2?
Wow.
Oh. Bro, man to the pages. Man to the click on the next page.
Let's go to page 2. Let's go to page 2.
Oh my
God.
God.
That deep.
84 days.
This guy,
you win on this one.
This guy doesn't play.
This
football,
guy's
bro.
actually he's actually made of a twig. That's what a twig is made of. That
now
is
go to
it.
page 3. Page 3.
You know what? Would you say? Would you not say? Obviously, Bale is nowhere near as good as the original Ronaldo. But would you say, in terms of injuries, he's probably one of the greatest players to be plagued by injuries? Gareth Bale, because it has plagued him. He's won brilliant things and he scored in Champions League finals, but it's plagued him because he was supposed to go on to be the next Ronaldo, and he's not really fulfilled that.
No,
never.
But you know the
He's
thing
never
about
been
it,
through
is every time he comes back from injury, he bags 4 to 5 goals, and people start jizzing themselves. Like that's how bad.
Yeah.
This is what happens. The thing about when you're always injured, people always miss you more. People remember you as the nostalgia of what you've done.
That's right. No, he's right. 100%. I think he's probably the best British player we've seen in terms of like being able to play multiple positions, his pace, his goal scoring ability, like an outstanding player. But when you're that injury prone, right? He's dead. He's a dead baller, I'm afraid.
It's failed potential, innit? So you can't really judge it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
so you're right.
No,
I
agree with Agal.
And that's the problem. That was the mistake that Daniel Levy made. They brought him back for nostalgia, and the issue with doing that is you're relying on players that are injury. You're lucky that Harry Kane, under the right management, is able to stay fit. You can't be bringing in another player like that with these high expectations and putting expectations on him when you've got 2 forwards who are highly injury prone. It's just stupid.
Yeah, but O'Shea, Kane's
makes a
injury
good
prone
point as well here.
Yeah, Kane's injury
That's
prone.
the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making, Jim. Kane is injury prone, and it's only because of management why he's able to stay fit this season, because he's not utilizing his full powers as a striker. If he was, he would have got injured a long time ago, and that's the issue. So why are you bringing in another injury prone player? He's already over the hill. He's 31. His career's done, man. He's gonna go. He's finished.
Yeah, he's dead, man. He's dead. Let's be serious.
Listen,
He's dead. It was just a fairy tale story for Spurs to bring him back and hope that, like Gal said, to come back in and be the old Gareth Bale like he did in the San Siro against Inter Milan and score that hat trick and save their day and win them its first title. Do you know what I mean? It was never going to happen, man. It was never going to happen.
Basically, what we're saying is the Spurs fans who thought he was going to be the Bale they had before, they're on fraud watch. Yeah. Daniel Levy's on fraud watch. Mourinho's on fraud watch. And people like me who thought, actually, there's a good chance that he might come back because I didn't even look at his injury list. Is also on fraud watch. But we'll go. Hang on, wait. I'll go to you in a minute. First, people, hit the like, share, subscribe, please. Really important. Everybody's links are in the description below. The channels and their @ for their Twitters. So go and follow everyone. O'Shea, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys have done your frauds yet.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. So I haven't done mine. Jem's done his. Ches has done his. Ches done Jesus,
Bale, and
Martial. But
so
you're next,
Bale.
O'Shea.
Nobody's
defending Bale. Not after seeing that. Not after seeing that. He's done. Dead baller.
I love it.
He's how excited the gal is. He's like a kid.
Yeah, Spurs agenda coming through.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. O'Shea.
What are you telling me?
Who's your fraud?
You're up.
What is your fraud?
My fraud is FSG. I'm gonna put them in my fraud watch. I'm not afraid to criticize my own people. You know what I'm saying? And I have to put them in fraud watch. We haven't had a splurge in the champions we signed Fabinho. Do you understand? And he's won 2 trophies since then. So what does that tell you? That's a long time. We should have spent money after the Champions League win. We didn't. We got Adrian, Harvey Elliott, and Seth Vandenberg, and then we waited until January to sign Minamino for £10 million. Now, granted, yeah, we had a very good season that year. We went and won the league, 99 points clear. But it's not the point. The one person I have to give credit to, who I hate doing it, is Alex Ferguson. He was the master of doing that. Knowing when to buy players, refresh the team, adding a little spark here and there, knowing how to keep that. You don't have to sell players. Just bring in a new spark to shake things up a bit, throw a spanner into the mix. That's kind of what Jota's been doing in the front three. But it's too little too late, man. Do you know what I mean? And for me, if we don't retain the title this season, it's because of FSG. Klopp has to take some onus as well, because, you know, he should have been knocking on the door, banging for these players, because we know he's that type of man. He's not afraid to talk what he wants. But the main onus has to aim on FSG. If we don't retain the title this season, it's because of them. Because we went and sold.
I want to ask a question though, O'Shea. I said you said in the football test the other day that you did say about you wanting an extra sign and something like that. Well, you should have covered Lovren or something. But not all your fans, your fellow fans, said the same thing. I think maybe not you in particular, but a lot of your fans are talking in hindsight and they're trying to cover their backsides for wanting FSG, blaming FSG all of a sudden, yeah. But I thought they were the perfect board, that they got the right signs at the right time.
Moneyball.
Yeah, like not you in particular. Wait, let me finish quick. Not you in particular. I know you're just saying what you said now, but that's the general consensus I've got from your fans. Why all of a sudden now is the attention on FSG when you can see Man United, Man City coming back?
My fans have a way of acting like fans. You've got different types of fans, and Liverpool fans like to, and it's horrible to say, but it's true. A lot of Liverpool fans love to paint this fairy tales. Nothing. There's no dents or kinks in anybody's armor. Everybody's perfect, and the sun shines out of their ass. Jurgen Klopp never makes a mistake, and Trent is the greatest thing ever. And it's that sort of. It kind of makes me want to throw up because it's like a sort of delusion and arrogance, because you know it's not true. And for years, we've always, looked at United and said, "Oh, look at those stuck-up, arrogant pricks," and all of that. And now we're on top. We've become like that, and it's like a bit. It's, do you know what I mean? It's. I don't like it. Look, FSG are great owners.
The one thing I will say, O'Shea, with any championship team that's won it in their first season, if you do not strengthen going into your second season, it's very hard to maintain and win your second. One of the hardest things you can do is win it back to back. It is so hard to do. It's only certain individuals with certain managers and certain squad of players that have done that. If you're going to go into a second season with the same squad, hope that Van Dijk, Mane, Salah, and all these people ain't going to get injured like it did the first season. Let's be serious. Liverpool were lucky with injuries in their first season. They were blessed. Exactly. They didn't have any issues. To think that you could get away with doing that going into the second season and not sign on top of that is a nightmare, mate.
This is what separates greatness. And as much as I love Jurgen Klopp, and I do think he's a great manager because he's done this at Dortmund, but if you forget Dortmund for a second and just look at Liverpool, I cannot consider he is great, but I can't put you on that next level where we can be saying him and Ferguson are the great or this and that to manage in the Premier League until you rebuild a second team. It's great. You built up a first team, you won the Champions League and the Premier League. That's great. Okay, now do it again. Build a second generation. Build up a team around Curtis Jones and Trent. Build them into legends. I want to see them get to 27 under your management. Do you get where I'm coming from? That's the key. Because Alex Ferguson did it 3 times. Yeah, Alex Ferguson did it 3 times.
Alex Ferguson did do that. No, he was constantly adapting. Where you have to probably be a little bit patient with
even Wenger did it twice. Yeah. So
yeah. No, Wenger. Listen, Wenger's early days, he was outstanding. You're going to go.
They are scarred. FSG is scarred by what they've done over in America. They won a championship with the Red Sox, and immediately after winning the championship, they tried to freshen up. They tried to sell their best player on a profit and do the Moneyball thing, and they completely collapsed their franchise. And now let me show you. I'm going to screen share this from TalkSport, the report. It specifically says the best player in the league in the Major League Baseball, Mookie Betts went to LA what's it called, the Dodgers, immediately after winning the title with Boston. The same year they won it, they sold him. They are so scarred from that mistake. They don't want to make that same mistake. They don't want to sell Mane or Salah and then everything crumble like it did in Boston. And you know what? They're known for making massive mistakes in North American sports. They've done it numerous times with the Boston Red Sox. So I'm just thinking they're trying to cover their asses based on their previous mistakes. And these guys aren't the best owners.
That's no excuse for not signing players, though. That's no excuse for not signing players, though. Like, I get that. You want to hold on to your assets. I get it. No, Igal, look, I get that. They want to hold on to certain players because they've seen it come back and bite them in the butt before. But that's no excuse to not sign players. Because this misconception that Liverpool don't have money. I mean, common sense. There's a line that Kai likes to use a lot. If you're listening, Kai, shout out to you. There's a line he likes to use a lot. Common sense, yeah. Just use your brain. Yeah, when you look at the facts and you know the facts of football, Liverpool have got money to spend. We could have spent over 300 million since we'd won the Champions League, and forget the Kirby, forget the Kirby training ground that we've been building and spending money on. Forget all of that. Just from the campaigns from 2017 to now, we could have spent over 300 million pounds on players alone. Yeah, and we haven't. There's no excuse for that, Gal. There's zero excuse. There's zero excuse.
What do you think?
They're not involved in the footballing decision making.
One second. People are going to laugh at me. People are going to laugh at me and say to me, "You're not going to get Kylian Mbappe, all of this rubbish." But there's no reason for why we shouldn't have gone in for him. The guy, Klopp has got a great relationship. Why have we not put a bid in for him? Why have we not put a bid in for Jadon Sancho? But United are putting bids in for him last season when they. Do you get where I'm coming from? Why are we not putting bids in for these players? Why are these?
Let it go answer you.
Hear me out, O'Shea. I've been listening to you the whole time, and I get where you're coming from. I'm at no point am I defending their decision making, and they should be spending more money on the club. I get that. What I'm going to say to you is, a team that took Liverpool from 30 years, a backroom staff that took Liverpool from 30 years not getting anything done, always having players in the squad and signings that you questioned. You questioned when Timo Werner went to Chelsea and you ended up getting Jota. You questioned that decision. It ended up working out. You question a lot of the decisions that they've made. But one thing they continuously do is they pull a rabbit out the hat. Do you not think they have another rabbit out the hat?
Michael Edwards does that. Michael Edwards does that. Yeah, you need to understand these. Look, I'm not saying FSG are the worst owners. They're brilliant. They've turned my club into this mega franchise, and this super successful club in recent years. I'm grateful for that. What they've done over the past 10 years is great. They've cleared our debt. They've balanced the books. It's what they've done is amazing. But the fact is, when they bought Liverpool 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago, they said they were buying the club with the intentions of a business, not because they love the club. And that is still the same. And you can still see that business mentality. It's great. They've tripled the portfolio of Liverpool. We're worth double what we were 5 years ago. But we're not signing the right players. We're not signing these players. We're not getting these players. And we're seeing the results of that. Why have we not won a Premier League game in 3? Why?
No, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. What I can answer is your money situation.
Why are we playing two midfielders at centre back? Why are we playing two midfielders at centre back? Why is that happening? They're midfielders. Why?
Bro, you can't.
Have you not got centre backs in your academy?
That's what I mean when I said at the beginning, Shay. Don't let your club right now as a football pitch cloud what's going on at FSG. You're trying to intertwine it. That's what, even you're doing it now. You can admit you're trying to make excuses for the losses on the pitch.
Not intertwined.
That's Klopp. No, but that's Klopp's problem, innit?
I've been saying this for 6 months. I've been saying this for 6 months. At the end of the day, no, it's Klopp's decision. But your hands kind of tied me because you've got Nat Phillips and Reece Williams.
Why is your hands tied?
Not good enough. So at the end of the day,
under 23s.
So
it's got under 23s.
Yeah. O'Shea. This is what's going on in Liverpool. Liverpool signed a deal with Nike when they got their new shirt sponsor that specifically is connected to the amount of sales they make around the world, which is dramatically less than the one that they had under New Balance. That has hamstringed them because New Balance were offering them more money, but the dividends that they would make from Nike was more because they expected Nike to make more sales. Nike have actually made less sales this year from Liverpool shirts than New Balance did the year before. So the amount of income you're actually getting from your major sponsor has been less.
£500 a shirt, bro. Obviously, that's an exaggeration.
Bro, I actually looked at this. Liverpool was supposed to have the biggest brand deal when it comes to Nike coming in. They were supposed to give them more dividends from sales. Sales are less. They actually signed a bigger, more lucrative deal than Arsenal, but surprisingly, you guys still haven't made the dividends in return. So we're still making our money from Adidas, where you guys still haven't brought your money in because the shirts haven't been sold. So those kind of things with COVID.
To go back to what you said to me before,
O'Shea, please let me finish. COVID has affected every club. There's a reason why Liverpool were affected by COVID and they were about to furlough staff. This is a big factor in why you guys haven't been able to make the major signings you want to make. I'm thinking Liverpool are going to go massive next summer, and this January they're probably not going to do that.
Yeah, I think the same thing. That's O'Shea. Wait. I think you have to look at this like, okay, should have bought last summer. As champions, you have to buy. This is what I said to you. You have to buy. Will you buy this summer coming? Yes, I really think you will. I think that's going to happen, because if you don't, what will happen is the players that you do have will want to leave. Klopp will want to leave, and if the club's anything like Manchester United or even an Arsenal, right? It's about money. Like you get money from staying in the top 4, from staying in Champions League. They must be looking around them and thinking, we can't do what Man United did or what Arsenal have done. We have to keep that top 4 money coming in. Like you don't get fuck all for an FA Cup now. You get nothing. I think even half the money. Is that right? It's like 3 mil or something. It's crazy. So I think they will buy. I think they will buy.
I'm not intertwining anything. I've been saying this for months. You know, go back to when we won the Champions League in 2019. We waited until January to sign Minamino. I mean, what are you doing? You win the Champions League, you go out and strengthen. We waited until January to sign Minamino. You know, we didn't strengthen after we won. Yeah, all right, cool. We signed Thiago, which I've said again was a panic buy, because had we signed Werner, Jota or Thiago wouldn't be playing for the club right now. So it's for me, as much as I love Thiago and he's been brilliant, he's been phenomenal. He's played. It's still. Do you know what I mean?
O'Shea, you might only be 3 points above Arsenal if you've done that. Do you know what I mean? So.
I think if Werner had come to Liverpool, he'd be scoring a lot more goals. I do think he'd be. I don't know.
I disagree.
I
disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree, because I don't think it's a managerial problem. I think it's a player problem. Everyone put too much pressure on him. And next season, I keep telling you, next season, you will see the Werner.
Indiana, that pressure wouldn't have been there because the intention was never to sign Werner.
Oh, no, the pressure is on Liverpool. Don't get it twisted. The pressure is on Liverpool. No. O'Shea, you got it wrong.
No, there was pressure on you. There was pressure on you as a club to get Timo Werner.
There's massive pressure on Liverpool to retain the title. Massive pressure.
There was pressure on Liverpool, but there wouldn't have been any pressure on Werner. Werner is now the main man.
There wouldn't have been pressure on Werner to go to the Champions.
No, let me tell you why. Because Werner at Chelsea now is seen as the main guy. Fans are questioning why isn't Werner starting? Why is he playing here? The pressure is on him now because he's supposed to be the main striker. He's supposed to be the best one out of all of them. Werner, had Werner come to Liverpool, he was never supposed to start immediately. He was supposed to maybe more frequently than Jota, but he was never supposed to walk straight into the club. Firmino was supposed to maintain his role as.
I disagree.
He was to come in. Yeah.
You don't sign. Yeah. You don't sign a player that scored that amount of goals in the Bundesliga when you had Roberto Firmino scoring 1 or 2 goals in a full season and not expect him to start over him. I just don't see that happening. Like you would. Have started him and then seen how he got on in terms of progression.
Remember football testing down there when he came and there was rumours of one coming in. It was like, he's going to replace.
Wait. He wasn't Firmino's replacement. You got that twisted. That was never going to happen. You do not buy Werner for his link-up play because it's terrible. It always has been.
No, but you play Werner, or you can still play Werner up front. You still play him up front. Can you imagine the movement you would have given?
That's not happening.
What you just said is the case.
All you would have done is given him more movement. That was all Werner would have done and scored goals.
To compete with Salah and Mane. That's where he would have been.
Salah's not a great developer. He's a good finisher.
I disagree. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have.
Anyway, wait. Let me just address this comment a minute. Hey, Gal, you wanted to address this one.
Okay, so Nasser LFC says, Miguel says we will buy big in the summer, but it's probably going to be one of the heavy hitters leaving. And what will we be doing? Replacing them, we'll be replacing instead of adding into the squad. You know what? Sometimes you need to lose a player, and then that money, which for Coutinho ended up getting you freed up the space to get Fabinho, helped get the Van Dijk deal over the line with the influx of cash you got immediately. And it also sets you up for the platform to then now go look at your next target. Because when you get the money in, it's not about, I'm going to take the Salah money and go buy 3 players to replace Salah. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to buy the Salah replacement, or you might already have him in the club, and you might look to reinvest that money elsewhere. That's what it is. So for me, don't always look at it as, I'm going to lose Salah or Mane, and I'm going to have to buy another £100 million player to replace them. It's not like that.
That's right.
That's what Chelsea do.
We need to move on because we're at 52 minutes. But listen, hit the like, share, subscribe. All of our links are in the description. Go and follow us all. Make sure you do that, and that includes the channels. So this brings us nicely onto mine, I think, which is although I'm smiling, I'm not too happy about it because he's a young player, but I've got to mention him. He just can't not go on. 38 times lost the ball, which is a record. And it's not actually him I'm putting on fraud watch. It's the fans who put him in that position, who elevated him to that level, which was wrong. He was always going to drop off. Trent Alexander-Arnold has to go on fraud watch. I think he is not the final player that you think he's going to be. He's not that level of player that is just going to consistently perform like he did last season. Last season was incredible, and football is about balance, and you can't expect this young kid to save games for you. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Like I was speaking to a Liverpool fan, a friend of mine the other day, who was saying to me, I can't understand why Trent's dropped off so much. And I'm like, look who he's playing next to. Like, look who's in front of him. Look who's in the midfield. Everything's a mess right now. So I'm actually putting the fans, Liverpool fans, on fraud watch for saying he's a better player than Wan-Bissaka defensively, because I don't think he is. Not an attacker anyway. He's a better player than Reece James, because I think Klopp's system is just so good, and Klopp is such a good manager. He fits it. Is anyone going to disagree with me about Trent going on forward watch, apart from O'Shea?
I completely disagree. In the sense,
Okay.
I think how is it that 1 year, one day, this man is touted as the best right back in the world, statistically the best attacking right back in the world. In addition to that, maybe because of the defensive performance against Southampton, that alone cannot change a person's opinion on one individual. One game cannot change their opinion on a player. Maybe if it's the World Cup final and he completely shits the bed, you can say something. But even the best players in the world have bad days.
He's too young, Gal. He's young. This is a young player.
But
how are you putting him on fraud watch for one performance, basically?
No, I think what Gal's saying is
I think Gal's saying it's reactionary, but then I understand what Indiana's saying. Indiana's saying you've put him in that, fans have put him in that position, have pumped him up that high that he should always be like this, and it's not.
That's right.
Is it Trent Alexander-Arnold fans or is it Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Yeah, his fans. So like Liverpool fans who put him on a level as the finished article, the best right back in the world, that kind of level. Like, I know Jem's got something else to say. But when I mentioned Reece James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'm saying these players are all still young and they can all still improve. Like, I'm not sure how much they're all going to improve. Trent was exceptional last season. I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I did expect him to drop off. It's the kind of like when people question what's happened, like what's happened with Trent. It's like he's a young player. He's a young player. They've got lots of injuries.
Yeah, for me, it's Trent over the best right backs in the Premier League. He's better than Winterberg for me. He's better than
Well, you didn't expect a drop off of a young player.
He's better than Gary Neville. He's better than these guys in what he does. What he does as a right back, nobody in the history of the Premier League.
Attack? That's it. He attacks. He cannot defend to save his life.
He is a right winger. He's a right midfielder. He is a right back. He's a right wing back.
He's not a right back. He's not a right back. Then is he?
Okay, maybe defensively he's not the best. Maybe defensively he's not the best. But O'Shea can back me up here. What he does on that side of the pitch, he literally dominates 4 areas of the pitch. He dominates the inside right midfield. He dominates the right midfield. He dominates the right wing area.
You say that. I don't think he does.
Does he do that for? Listen, wait. Does he do that for Man United? Does he do that for? Does he do that for Arsenal?
I think if he was in the Arsenal team, we would play him in the midfield. We wouldn't play him as a right back. We'd play him as a central midfielder.
Yeah, but that's because your team's backwards. That's why.
Imagine Trent's in right midfield and Saka's in left back. Like,
do you know what I mean?
What's going on?
To be fair, Reece James is more of a complete right back than Trent in terms of what he brings to the table. He can defend. He can also attack. He might not have the best. He can even cross.
No,
he might not be as good as crossing as Trent.
He's definitely one of the best crossers.
At the same level as Trent, but he's still on that. Do you know what I mean? He's got the full package. Trent hasn't got the full package. He hasn't.
Bringing Trent Alexander-Arnold is like bringing a bazooka to a gunfight. The man is amazing at what he does. I can't
believe you didn't expect a drop off again. That's what I'm questioning. It's like
at this point, I see a young player who's playing out of position, who's made it his own, and he's one of the best at what he does. I of course you're gonna expect some drop off, but I didn't see it for 4 to 5 games. I seen it for 1 game, and don't forget, this is a man who came back from an injury quickly too. So of course there's gonna be a little bit of drop off when you come back from an injury. Yes, I said that. I said, in my opinion, as of right now, Trent Alexander-Arnold is much better than Gary Neville at certain parts of his game.
You can't compare these players, man.
No, they're very different.
Yeah. Defensively, Gary Neville's a much better defender.
You would know. You can't compare these two.
I will tell you this: Gary Neville was a much better defender, and he was probably a bigger leader. But at the end of the day, right now, the way football is, you'd rather have
the way I see it. The way I see it, it depends what you want. It depends what you want. It depends what you want. If you've got your world 11 out, it depends what you want from your fullback, your right back. If you want a right back that's gonna cross balls and dominate and completely, attack that wing, constantly, then it's going to be Trent because he's the best at doing that from what I've seen. But if you want a more complete, complete right back, you go to the likes of the Gary Nevilles, the Ivanoviches, the Zabalettas, people like that, back in the days. You know what I mean? That were decent right backs.
Yeah, I don't
you had them as well.
Trent,
Loren at Arsenal was a great right back.
Yeah, incredible.
He could get forward and he could defend.
Level, yeah?
He could do.
That's what I'm saying. Ches, you're right. That's like World Cup level. And Agal, you said it yourself. Like, unless he messes up in the World Cup, and this is my point. It's like, why are we putting these young players on that level right now?
Yeah.
They can drop off. Players can drop off.
I love you, Brownie.
Yeah, Brownie's cool, man.
Listen,
I'm putting the link in the description, in the chat, sorry. So if you want to jump on quickly for 5 minutes, give your fraud, give an opinion, tell a gal about himself, whatever you want to do.
I'm surprised O'Shea didn't come into this conversation.
Indiana, you know what you can do? You can
go on, sorry, Gal, go on.
You could actually look at the statistic outputs from players in the Premier League and where they put their output, and Trent literally controls 4 areas of the pitch where he dominates.
Yeah, but Gal, that's not my point. My point is he's allowed to have bad games. He's a young player. Like, any player is allowed to have bad games, but especially a young player.
Points.
Yeah, but Gal, when Indiana said that before, he said, but he's one of the best right backs, and doesn't caveat the fact he can have drop-off games. I think putting him into a category where the fans or on Forward Watch put him in the world-class level and being the best and the most complete right back is a bit of an L. I don't think Trent Arnold is a bad player. I think he's a very great player, but to put him on that pedestal and not expect to drop off is very
exactly.
No, but that's like me putting Bruno Fernandes fans in Fraud Watch for one game against Man City.
No, it's not.
No, it's not one game. It's not one game.
Yeah, exactly.
O'Shea, are you still there? Because O'Shea will be listening to this because I know Trent's one of his favourite players. O'Shea?
No, he's got upset. He left. Look, he got so upset.
He's crying about FSG.
He's gone to look up Trent's stats or something.
15 likes. Come on, guys. We need more than that.
Yeah, come on.
Smash the like button. Smash the like button, people. Come on. Let's get it
20
done.
likes.
Let's hit a target. At least 25 by the end of the video. I'll swing my shirt around.
I don't want to see that, though. I'll probably be... I'll leave.
Yeah, I'll be gone
by then.
I'll probably go.
There's a 6-pack in that.
Holy shit, they already got 20. I'm joking. I don't even know how many likes there are.
Gal, did you not? I can't get this right. Did you not expect a drop off?
Prime, chill.
No, I don't think he did. I think, Joe, what the problem is, Indiana. I think we stuck in a rut that when someone plays like Trent Alexander-Arnold did last season, where he was at the highest level in terms of standards. He was at his peak. Yeah, we put these players into like what I call a Lionel Messi, a Messi bracket, where they can't do anything wrong now. They're there. They can't do anything wrong. They have to always be at that level. They're not allowed to dip. They're not allowed to do that. They've just got to be like that. And that's fans' problems. That ain't a player problem. That ain't a club problem. That is a fan problem. That's a fan issue.
This is what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, he's a young player. We're gonna watch. We're gonna have it, and I bet he's Ollie Outers. I bet you. We're gonna have it with Diallo. We're gonna have this problem with Diallo. The pressure is gonna be incredible. And these idiots who say this, and it might not be Ollie Outers, might be Ollie Innes, whatever. But these idiots are just like. I just think you need to get off FIFA for at least 3 months and just get back to reality and watch football for what it is and realize that these are 18, 19, 20. Do you know what I mean? They're young, they're kids still. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But people hit the like, share, subscribe, keep doing that. A gal reckons he's going shirtless, but
where's the official
I want warning. So, ads.
I've got an OnlyFans page. If you want to link to my OnlyFans page, you have to get to 50 likes, and I'll put the link out there for you. So go on, let's do it.
If you want the link to Primes, it's 60 likes.
Yeah, 75 likes, and I'll shave. Look, I've already shaved this bit. I'll shave this bit of my hair for you, all the way around. Yeah, bucket.
Ads. Prime, let's go full screen.
Yes, bro.
What's your fraud, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. First of all, big up to the panel. Right, it has to be two combined, right? It has to be two combined. So there I am, casually watching the Terrence, Monster, Gal, and Terry. All of them are on there, and Gal says, "What's the cup called again? The Carabao Cup." He says, "Is it the Mickey Mouse Trophy?" And then he goes on to say, "What's the name of it now? Is it called Papa John's?" Listen to me, Gal. Listen, you're my good friend in that. But listen, if Arteta won the Carabao Cup, you would be gassed, wouldn't you? You would be, and you'd be protesting as to why he should stay as manager at Arsenal. And I'm sure we all know that's the case, bro. If I really didn't want to go there, but your whole Arsenal fan, I'm not talking about the fan base. I'm just talking about you today, bro, because it's like if he won it, you'd be protesting as to why he should stay there. And if you guys drop form after winning it, then you'd say, yeah, it was just a minor cup. I'm sure you that, bro.
They won the Community Shield and they treated it like the Champions League.
Do you want to know why I said that? No. Do you want to know why I said that? There needs to be context. What I said specifically was the reason why I don't really care is because at the end of the day, you guys always say when we win the FA Cup, who cares? It's just the FA Cup. So if you're saying that about the FA Cup, then this literally is a smaller competition, so it should be an afterthought.
So if Arteta won, would you not celebrate it?
No. But I always hear people saying, "Oh, it's just the FA Cup." So when I say it's just a League Cup, I'm the fraud. You guys literally say, "Oh, Arsenal just won the FA Cup."
That's not all of us. That's the Oli.
No.
That's most of the Oli outers.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll celebrate it like the Champions League. That's the problem.
No, Ches, it was worse than that.
It was
worse than that. We could see it was papering over the cracks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the problem.
We could see this, and that was the whole like, why are you getting hyped about this? Your club's fucked. Like, okay, cool. No, seriously.
That's it.
Enjoy the FA Cup.
Man just threw that in there.
Enjoy the FA Cup, right? And I get it. Like,
I didn't expect Indiana to come out of it. Honestly, it was out of nowhere.
Yeah, but it's true though, isn't it? It's true. No, everyone sat there. I remember being on the terrace. We're all sat there. And all the Arsenal fans are coming on. They're buzzing. Yeah, they're Zane's throwing in super chats, and I'm sat there thinking, you're still fucked. Like you're papering over the cracks. Do you know what I mean?
It's too funny.
My main point is though, is it's not. I understand that, Gal. But first of all, that's just how most fan bases are. That's just how most fan bases are, right? But you can't say that. You can't discredit the cup and then come forth. And then as soon as I say and come on here and say that you are discrediting it, because the thing is, if Arteta won it, you'd be protesting as to why he should stay. You would be. You'd be saying, well, Arteta's won an FA Cup. You'd add it to his list if he won a Carabao Cup as well.
I'm not protesting why Arteta should stay because he's not going nowhere. The board's not firing him.
Yeah,
no, Gal, it's just if he won it, would you praise him for winning that cup though?
If you win anything, your fans are gonna obviously have a bias towards their fans, towards their club. If Oli won it, you'd be gassing Oli. So to me, that's
a fan base. Okay, man.
You hear me?
It's okay.
Yeah, Shay, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm saying I need to jump out because I need to. Is he muting me? I don't know if he's muting me, but I need to jump off. Sorry about this, boys. I've got
no worries.
I need to do. But big up to Indiana, big up to Jem, big up to Ches, big up to Gal, big up to Ads. Subscribe to Indiana, GNA TV, EGTV, Chesney. If he's got, I'm not sure if he's got a channel, but Chesney, obviously Indiana, the main man. Fraud Watch, let's go. Yeah, make sure we get Fraud Watch and GNA TV and EGTV. Come on, all right, nice one, my brothers. Safe, yeah.
Safe.
Big up Kai as well. Big up Kai Heisman who's watching. Big up Kai as well.
Yeah, big up Kai.
See you later, blood.
Safe, bro. Safe, bro.
I didn't hear a lot of that, but I'm pretty sure he sort of shouted everyone out anytime. It's because I know it was shit. I was like, yeah, I couldn't really hear it. Did you hear what he was saying? Did you hear what he was saying?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
he
Yeah,
said,
I
big
heard
up
it.
you, big up me, big up the gal, big up Ches, big up ads, big up the channel.
Yeah.
Get this, that, and the other. You know he does. Yeah.
Yeah. Big up O'Shea as well, man.
Oh, yeah,
So
big
wait a
up
second.
Prime.
Can I just go back
you
to
have
something?
something else?
Oh, yeah,
guys,
obviously, big up
guys
Prime,
getting
man.
on me.
Yeah, bring up Prime as well. Can I just say something very quickly? So ads, who is your fraud? I'm lost. Is it Gal your fraud? Is that what you're saying then?
Or is it
The
all
thing is,
Arsenal
not.
fans?
No, it's not. It's the thing is right. It's not all Arsenal fans. It is some most Arsenal fans because
Me, right?
they discredit. Because again, obviously you're my friend. I don't want you to be the central part of it, but
Just
you
tell him he's a
can't
fraud.
discredit it.
Bro,
You can't discredit.
football
One second.
personality, yeah.
One second. You can't discredit a cup, a trophy that's won, and then protest as to why Arteta should stay. Because personally, I think you're right. He won't go, but people can be there to you saying, Egal, I told you Arteta, he's not capable of doing this and that. Then he already won a Community Shield and FA Cup. If he had to add to his collection and won a Carabao Cup, then you'd be saying, oh yeah, it's definitely added on. But most fans would as well. But the problem is you can't discredit it and then act like you wouldn't gas it up if your manager won it. That's my
you're
point.
100% right. If we win it, I'm taking my shirt off and going crazy. If we lose it, I'm not giving shit. I don't care. I honestly don't care. And especially if Spurs win it, I'm going to tell you to Mickey Mouse Trophy. If they win it, I'm going to say congratulations. For the first time in ever, you put your hands up. We seen your armpits, but the trophy, you looked up and you seen it wasn't bunny ears. It was Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone disagree?
I never changed, mate.
If I was an Arsenal fan, if I was an Arsenal fan,
Do you know what makes me laugh about you, Gal? You give it all this gas, and then when we question you, you then go, "What are you talking about?"
You get all emotional after.
Then you do shit like this. You do shit like this.
Okay, I wouldn't have it if I was you, bro.
But this is why. Yeah, but
dancing.
That's why I love it. I love it.
He's playing it.
He's in the moment. I love him in the moment.
You know having Jem's boys.
I got him singing the other night. Let us know.
Jem's boys with Lee Gunner now. That's why.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Happy New Year!
No, I love you, Gal. You know I do.
Wait, let me.
You know,
let's read out this comment a minute. I've been terrible with the comments. Sorry, people. I'm really sorry. Gal, you lot celebrated an FA Cup and 8th, only to fight for the relegation next season. And the biggest achievement now for your season will be to finish in the top 10.
That's facts.
Arsenal
That's actually
FC.
facts as well.
That's true.
If they finish top 10,
FC.
they'll be happy. I'm capping.
That is not true at all. Mathematically,
Yes, it is, Gal. Yes, it is. Come on.
Mathematically, we can still get top 4 easy.
And you could mathematically you could finish at 15th.
Yeah, mathematically, we could also win the league.
And get relegated.
I get relegated.
No, relegation is actually not mathematically possible.
Bro, half
This is serious. It's mathematically bollocks that Arsenal will get. Look, let's be serious. They will finish either 8th, 9th, or 10th. It's going to be one of them.
More like
6.
More like 6.
6.
You're going to overlap any of them.
Are you better than that many teams ago?
Leicester, Southampton, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man United.
You know what, Gal? The thing is, in all fairness, I hear where he's coming from. I honestly do, because the teams up alongside Liverpool, City, and United, they have many inconsistent patches, and I hear where he's coming from, because near the end of the season, sometimes Arsenal do edge it. They come across as a team that don't really, pose much of a threat at the start. Especially this season, they haven't. But we've seen it time and time again. Teams finishing places that you didn't expect them to finish in, especially us finishing top 3 this season. Like I think we will do. But all I can say is, I'm sure Arsenal will get the better of West Ham, especially in the league. But Everton, Leicester, and Wolves.
We need to read this out.
Be worried if we do the double over you guys. You can't speak the whole.
Double over both of us.
Let me read out this comment. Don't lie. You went from fighting Wolves, etc. last season to Southampton, Leeds, Brighton, Burnley. I got to ask a serious question though, because I haven't really spoken too much about Arsenal in the last few weeks after this run of wins. Do you feel like it's sustainable, this move forwards, Egal?
This is what my life has become.
I'm asking you a question.
So
Seriously, have you turned the corner?
Listen, on a serious note,
say it.
we could definitely. We're definitely gonna go. We're not back. Calm down. We're not back.
Arsenal are back in the Champions League.
We won 3 games in a row. We won 3 games in a row. Guys are comparing Emil Smith Rowe to Xavi Alonso. Some crazy stuff going on.
Who's doing that? Who is doing that?
Whoever done that is ridiculous. They need to get back.
12-year-olds, bro. 12-year-olds. That's I told you.
No. He didn't say Xavi. He said Iniesta's partner, Xavi. That one.
Oh, sorry, bro. You got Patrick Vieira and Nini, and now you got fucking Smith Rowe, Xavi. Wow. What's going on here, man? Like,
Xavi, Smith Rowe will never leave.
Your fans that desperate for any sort of gas.
It's 12-year-olds, like I told you.
Tell me about Mason Mount. You want to talk shit about our players? Tell me about Mason Mount.
Tell him.
What do you know about Mason Mount?
Yo, Laurie. Hold on. Laurie. Yo, Indiana looks depressed.
Laurie, I can tell you a fact about Mason Mount. Laurie, I can tell you a fact about Mason Mount that will shut you up. Yeah.
Go on, then.
Ready for it?
Go on. I'm listening.
He was right behind De Bruyne, Bruno, and some others. He's the 6th highest assister in European football right now.
Let me tell you something about Emil Smith Rowe. Since he's come into the Arsenal team, let me tell you something about Emil Smith Rowe. Since he's come into the Arsenal team,
you're calling out Mason Mount.
Let me talk. Your
midfield is dead.
He's just getting into the team, Jem. Come on. He's just getting into the team.
So,
let me say something. Emil Smith Rowe, since he's come into Arsenal team,
relax.
We were before Emil Smith Rowe came into Arsenal team, we were struggling to get 10 chances a game. Since he's come in, we've had 67 chances in 3 games.
Oh, sorry. Oh no.
Okay, let's welcome all the guests then, people. We've got Lauren Nixon and football with Brownie. Brownie's back.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Adam?
Good. How you both doing?
Yeah, how First time listening. It's been a good show. I like this fraud watch, man.
Appreciate it, man. No, appreciate you coming on as well. It's great to have different people on all the time, man.
No, definitely.
To get new people we haven't spoken to, even though we stream on so many channels. So it's great, man. No,
we got Ches and Jem too, anyway.
Love, bro.
What did you want to say?
I'll leave my colleague go first. When he can go first.
Are we still doing frauds?
Yeah, you can call out frauds. You can. Yeah. You can debate frauds we've put up. Anything you want, man.
I haven't seen you in a long time. How you been?
Me or
No. Lauren, right, okay. Let's have you. What did you want to say?
Right. I tell you what. I'll go first. Yeah. Guy Neville. A girl mentioned Guy Neville on a cross accuracy, 31%. Trent, 23%. Guy Neville was a very, very good crossover ball. The only reason that he had David Beckham in front of him, who was an even better crossover ball. But they had options on that right-hand side, the Man United team throughout the decades. Now, however, my main fraud goes back to what I mentioned previously. West Brom board by appointing Sam Allardyce.
Mm-hmm.
Since he have become manager, West Brom have conceded 13 goals in 4 games.
Yeah.
And had 1 point.
Yeah,
now, you're trying to tell me Bilic wouldn't do any better?
The game's past, Sam. Sam's been out of it too long, and the Premiership's evolved since he was last been in management. So,
do you think that's it, or do you think they would? Do you think that anyone could do anything with them?
Well, let's be honest.
No,
Big Sam wouldn't go for that job. He wouldn't put his name on a line if he didn't promise that he'll have a big war chest. He'll have money to play with in January.
Yeah, if he thought he could save him, yeah. No, I'm with you
I
there.
agree.
You know?
I'm with you there.
I agree.
Do you know what the
Agree.
fraud is? Do you know what the actual fraud is? How Brentford is not switched with West Brom, because they're actually a decent team. When you watch West Brom, I don't know how the hell they got into the Premier League watching them, man. They don't deserve to be here.
They
I don't know how they did it.
As a Cardiff fan, they bottled it in the playoff final. They bottled it in the playoff final.
Yeah, Brentford. Did they?
Yeah.
A good side, though. Very good side.
Oh, very much
Gal,
so.
do you want?
I'd
Gal, do
rather
you
watch
want to?
Brentford, though.
Gal, do you want to respond to being put on fraud watch for telling lies?
I'm not
The
telling you
4,000
lies.
times.
Listen, I
He's telling
haven't
bookies, bro.
back my players over Spurs players. Fuck Spurs. You don't like
You
me.
back your players with
Hey,
Spurs. What
Gal,
are you talking about?
I love you to bits, but I love you to bits, man. But sometimes you do wind me up with some of the crap that comes out your mouth. I do love
He
you
goes
to
like
bits.
this.
Yo, a
Blah,
prime
blah, blah,
1v1, yeah? Prime
Blah,
Bill
blah,
1v1.
No,
Anyway.
where's Ram? Ram, we haven't seen the peacock feathers in a long time. Bring them out.
Anyway,
let's,
lads, I'm making a move. Have a good night. Love you all.
Appreciate
Take
you
care.
coming on,
Sweet.
man.
See you later,
In the
mate.
comments, man.
Stay
Appreciate
safe
it.
in Spain.
Laurie Nix, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What did you want to say?
No, I was just like I said, I was just coming in to defend the Gal. Gal gets so much stick, but he's not the only Arsenal fan out there.
Deserve.
Nah,
He does some of the time, but some of the time when he's talking facts, you don't let him get his point across. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When he gets things
No.
right, he gets them. When he gets them wrong, he does fail spectacularly. So,
Laurie, get out of his ass, man. Stop sniffing his ass. Get out of
I'm
there.
not in it.
Get your
I'm
stuff
just
out of there, mate. Don't want to
You
hear
know,
this.
there's more than one Arsenal fan. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
Yo, why are you
Well, that's
doing
my big
close-ups on Ches? Like,
It was to see my trim, fam. Well
No.
done, fam.
Jesse's checking
But
his
on
hair
the-
out. What's he doing?
On a real, going back to the point that someone made about us finishing 8th and celebrating our FA Cup. Yes, the FA Cup was a good thing. It was a good thing, but that's kind of been a blessing and a curse at the same time, because a lot of us would rather be in a better position with, like, for instance, like the position you're in at the moment, Indiana. Yes, you lot don't play great, but you lot are at the top of the table. Granted, you're not in the Champions League anymore. You're one of the favourites to win the Europa League. So, like I've said, even with Chelsea are in a better position than us, but with the money they spend, they should be challenging for the title, not 3 points ahead of us. So,
Yeah.
No,
I hear you.
It's true.
Yeah, but apparently our manager's deadbeat, so not really. But I hear your point.
but whoever the manager is, Chelsea are underachieving a lot in terms of being the best club in London, because even when I'm hearing talk about you lot getting Tunchal, not someone that's going to bring you lot forward. You need someone better than that. But the problem is there's no one out there at the moment. So I think the best thing for you lot to do is to stick with Frank until the summer and reevaluate the situation then. Kind of like with us.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
There's no one better than there is people better than Arteta, but to get someone better than Arteta, the board's got to have ambition, and that's something that our board doesn't have.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm with you
hear
there.
that.
As a Man United fan, I hear everything about boards not having ambition. Trust me, I'm with
yeah,
you
like
there.
I said earlier, we American owners aren't the greatest. So I get what O'Shea was saying about FSG as well.
Yeah.
But yes, it's like I said, it's a
Why is that face again? What are you doing?
It's because he knows he has to take his top off. That's why. Come on, Gal, let's go.
I took my sock off.
Play some Peter Andre, Mysterious Girl in the background as well for him. Put some fan over his head.
we don't want to see a girl strip, man. No,
No, we don't.
Keep the stream PG, bro.
We definitely.
Yeah,
Yo, we're up in the ante to 30. How about that?
Nah, man, I'll throw up if I see
Nah,
a girl
yo,
take
I'm
his top
out.
off.
It's 24. I'm out, guys. Bye.
Appreciate everyone in the comments, man, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing. Appreciate it. Ram, Ram, you still there?
Yo, yeah. Can you hear me?
Hey,
man.
Ram's back.
What's your Gal actually jumped out and Prime's in.
Yeah, Prime's in. Yeah, a guy was
He's weird.
calling me out, and I was like, "Yeah, give me 2 minutes." And then 2 minutes later, he's out, and I'm in. All right, let it be.
He bottled it. He
Prime,
bottled it.
Not Prime.
Yeah.
Ram, what on for Aston Villa, G? What happened there?
It's a simple case of we scored a goal 5 minutes, we let them come back in, they got tired, we dominated them. That's how the score came out. That's it. It was the reason why we played well.
No cracks, no complacency from the team, not an issue. Just move on till Friday. Is it Friday? Saturday, Man United?
Sunday.
Oh,
like we all know that. I think I'm getting a bit bored of like all my frailties because it feels like I'm repeating myself every single week. We need a centre back. It's as simple as that. The Reece Williams, the guy. I don't want to get at him because he's a kid, but the guy.
You said he's Maldini.
I never said he's Maldini.
You did. You was picking him up. You were picking up all your youngsters.
He wouldn't put Van Dijk at that level. He wouldn't put Van Dijk at that level.
You would.
Jem. Wait. Firstly, you know me. I would never call a defender a Maldini. You know.
Yeah, but you was banging on about how great they are.
I didn't. You
said your youngsters are like the reason you don't need to sign anything.
Oh, yeah, shut up, bro. Shut up. You know you're trolling, bro. How many times have you seen me in the group chat and tell everyone on stream that we need a centre back?
I love seeing Liverpool fans rattled. I love it.
You're doing it, bro. You're saying stuff that I never said. I never said any of this stuff.
We were humiliated, Ram. Simple as that. Were you humiliated, Ram?
Yeah, that first half performance, that was utter humiliation, bro. It was
bro,
disgusting.
5 of them players were like 17 in the end. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So
like,
yeah.
Like literally 17.
Some of the players are in the comments right now.
I seen the lineup.
When I watched the game, they literally struggled in the first half to break down a 17-year-old squad. Like that is got to be a little bit concerning. I know.
One thing I want to. I don't want to talk about next summer because next summer, if we're gonna change our system, I beg to God we get Haaland instead of we get Haaland, because at least the cross and inshallah would actually work, because you're sending it to a guy that's like 6'5" or 6'6". Like I wish we would do more than just cross and inshallah, but I don't know. We'll have to wait.
You've got Trent. What are you talking about? That's what you do. Cross and inshallah.
It's not just only cross and inshallah. It's that interplay between the wide players and how we move the ball into the middle is more intricate than cross and inshallah. You know what I mean? Sorry, cross and inshallah is more or less a last resort, which we rarely get into, but we move on.
What do you think that you just need to do you not think you need another creative player? Or have you said that already?
I totally agree.
I mean, I've said that we need to tweak. I said that we need to tweak our system. We need to change the 4-2-3.
Because if you deep it, Ram, yeah, Thiago is a deep lying midfield player, and he does the most creativity in that team. That should be concerning, considering the fact he's not meant to be far forward. He's meant to like detect play from the number 6 position.
Yeah.
I think Wijnaldum or Ox could be sold or swapped. Yeah, with another like Cam, like Fekir.
No, they should play Cam. They should play Cam.
Or like 4-3-3 attacking.
And
what happened, Igal? What happened? Where did you go?
Igal, you bottled it. You said to come and show. Next thing you know, you ran off. Big baby.
That's a big baby.
No, next, you're about to say something. I heard you.
No, I was just saying that I agree with Ches. I mean, they're talking about a centre back, but they definitely need something in midfield. The midfield is lacking, and you can see that, can't you, Ram? You can see that your midfield is definitely lacking.
But they've got the best midfielder in the world. They've got Jordan Henderson.
Shut up, Christian.
That's my fault. Hey, Indiana, we didn't do my forward watch play,
Hey, hang on.
Actually, Ches, do it.
We didn't do Henderson.
Allow it.
Yeah, do it. Nah, let's do it now.
Perfect.
On your point, yeah.
on your
Let's do
point,
it.
Preach.
the reason why
Preach.
allow it,
Preach.
allow it. Wait. The
Wait,
reason
Ram,
why I
let
said
me
we
go
need a
first,
striker is
Henderson.
that I would like to see
Yeah.
Firmino come into that cam position, or possibly Wijnaldum in that cam position.
Firmino goals ain't doing
Minamino.
nothing, Ram.
No,
Alright,
listen,
wait,
listen,
What you
listen.
say?
Wait,
What you say?
wait,
Firmino play at
bro.
the cam, you stupid donkeys.
Ram, man.
You telling me that this guy can't play cam?
Wait, did you say Minamino or Firmino?
Firmino.
You need to keep
Oh, I
your
thought you said
far away from the
Minamino.
pitch as
I thought you
possible.
said Minamino.
Nah,
I take
Minamino's
that
a
back.
flop, fam. He's dead.
Let's
No,
wait. Stop.
Firmino.
Hold up. Wait a second. Firstly, I want to go into, because this is a good segue. Ches, I want to hear quickly why Henderson should be on fraud watch, and then after that we're going to go to Prime, because I know Prime's not been well, so we probably have to whisper through it. But yeah, Ches, let's hear it.
I think, Henderson should be on full watch, because I hear all this hype about, he's our captain and he's led us to these titles, and without him, we won't be the same. But bruv, where was he been today? Where's he been this whole season? Where's his captaincy ability that's getting you guys through games, when it matters most, when you're trying to retain your league? This guy comes in and out when he wants to, fam. Oh, they're really smart monkeys. Doggy. That's
You
funny.
get once every blue moon, once every blue moon. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fam, he's just bit overrated. I think his captaincy ability.
Let's put it this
people
way.
Look at that over quality. Like,
Henderson.
why? It makes no sense. Yeah, go on.
Henderson. Let's put it this way, right? This is how good Henderson is. Henderson is probably on par with the Arsenal player. What's his name? El Neni. That's how good he is, man.
Oh, no, you're mocking it now.
I'm
You're mocking it now. You're mocking it now. No.
He is. Come on, what does he do? He runs around like a headless chicken. He runs around like a headless chicken. He tries to get the ball, and then he goes sideways, side, like El Nini.
I can't lie. He's a vocal jacker. Put it that way. He's just a vocal jacker.
Yeah, he's a vocal jacker.
He does what he needs to do in it. He
That's a
shouts.
stretch, guys. That's a stretch.
Well, because his face goes red and he's supposed to be a passion. Everyone loves him.
Vocal
He
jacker.
gets their socks out.
A coach should McTominay, or if you're just throwing names out there.
McTominay's got to be a source, though, innit?
That's disrespectful to McTominay. Don't put Henderson in McTominay thing, man. McTominay's better than him. McTominay's better than him, man.
You guys are bugging. You guys are.
No, he's not that good. He's not that good.
You're judging after 3 games.
Get off his
not
pants,
throughout a
Ram,
whole
man. Get off his
season.
pants. He's not that great. Come on.
You're judging it over 3 games, not for a whole season.
No, I'm judging from the beginning of this little
shit.
Bro, his captaincy ability is making people think he's a better quality player. That doesn't work like that. Like,
He's a decent player. He's a decent
like, bro,
player.
look at
That's it.
Wes Morgan won a league with Leicester. He wasn't the best centre back in the league, but he's done what he needed to do.
No, but what I don't like is people say that Henderson has no ability. Like, the guy has ability,
right.
a little bit.
The soldier said
he has ability. He has
He's
the
not
ability
fraud.
of being
He's
a
not
headless
fraud.
chicken and running around trying to win the ball.
Shut up,
That's
man.
all he does.
He's a fraud.
That's his ability.
He's a fraud. Henderson's a fraud. That's who he is.
Henderson is a fraud.
He's the player he is now because of Klopp. Klopp's coaching and his system. That's why he's so good. But what's that in the background? Someone's got music on. Probably a gal.
It's a gal.
No.
Prime. Let's see your fraud, man.
I don't have any music on. I'm in a room by myself.
Hang on, wait. Just everyone be quiet, because I know Prime can't really speak very, very loud. So, Prime.
Guys hear me?
Yeah. Just about.
Why are you laughing, Jim?
Sorry. Whoever
Why
did
am I
that.
laughing?
Hang on, let him say it.
I'm quite sick at the moment, so I'd appreciate it.
Yo, get well soon, Prime. Get well soon.
I'd appreciate it if you guys didn't interrupt me.
Should have got one of those
when I
talking
say
machines.
this.
What's going on? You're talking. Am I supposed to say something? I'm confused here.
No. It's a short answer.
Right,
listen, everyone quiet. Let's see what Prime's got to say now. Let's hear it.
Full screen him.
Go on, Prime.
Mine is United fans. The whole. How do I phrase this properly? Sorry, I'm a bit disorientated. when you look at how they treat Ollie, for example, right? You have a lot of them that don't think he's good enough, which is actually, you have a lot of them that are quite balanced. They don't think he's good enough, but they're willing to give him a chance, which is quite fair. And they see what he's trying to do. Then you have the big extremes, or outliers, I should say. Maybe not outliers, extremes. So people who are adamantly want Ollie out. And look at the loss against, for example, Liverpool in the semi-final. The overreaction to it is quite funny to me, because even with the quality that United apparently have, there's, as a team, as a squad, and how they function, they're still nowhere near as good as Man City or Liverpool. However, you still have United fans who, yes, they are in a title race, and I've been saying this for quite a few weeks as well, but realistically, are they going? I think there are people who say that. Oh, my head hurts. There are people who are Ollie out, but they set themselves up, or they set Ollie up to be in this title race, because when United inevitably drop out and or don't win the title, they can say, "I told you so." He's not good enough. I don't know if any of that made sense.
Yeah, it does, Prime. It makes a lot of sense, mate. Anyway, get better soon, yeah? Get well soon, mate. You sound awful, mate.
You do. Hopefully you'll start feeling better in the next. Well, hopefully, get a good night's sleep. You'll start feeling better in the morning, man. But if anybody doesn't know, Prime's a massive part of this channel, and he's been in the background doing all the running StreamYard, really running the channel. So big up to Prime.
Appreciate big up Prime, man.
Just make sure you ignore the picture though, yeah, because that ain't his real face. I don't know why he's got that picture. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm actually tired of talking about Ollie. I've got to be honest. In a sense of like, you're always trying to explain yourself. Like, Jem, you're going to be there with Lampard before you know it. Yeah, hang on. You go on, Prime.
Also, the whole what's his name, Palestri or Traore thing. Getting gassed about these young players and setting yourselves up for failure, or Ollie up for failure, when he doesn't play them, because why would he play them and throw them in? They're essentially kids, and they're not physically.
They'll play when they're ready, Prime.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, they might not be ready for another year.
Listen, I'm a Man United fan. I've got no issue with that. I want young players to play when they are ready to play, and nobody should have an issue with that.
No, it's not. It's not. Why are you making up this rubbish? You keep saying this to me. There's no news of him coming to Chelsea. And yet you can send me a tweet now and show me the media outlet, which is probably 9 times out of 10 bullshit. Yeah, send it to me.
Emotional. I'm Lampard in. I need that guy to do his job, fam.
Check Twitter.
Yes.
Check Twitter.
Check Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's have
it's
a
not
look.
confirmed, but it's something that's going on.
Wait, is that actually real?
It's something that's doing the rounds. It's something that's doing the rounds. It's not confirmed.
Since when?
People have been dropping in, dropping out. We're spending way too long on each subject. I know everyone wants to speak on them, but Christian, you've been here for a while, man. So you are definitely speaking after me. What's your fraud, man?
Can I have 2?
If you want.
I've got Pulisic is my first fraud, and Gabriel Mag.
Yeah, cut him off. Well done. Well done.
I swear that's right. Yeah, let's hear the Pulisic one first.
I didn't want to hear this, man.
Well, you're gonna have to hear it. That's part of the show.
This guy, bro, all he does is dribble and then does nothing.
I called it. The argument's over, bro.
Yeah, it's done.
With what it ended.
No, let him get through it. Let him explain himself. Come on.
All he does is dribble and then does nothing at the end of it. That's all he does. So he's basically a skinny Adama Traore. He just dribbles and then does nothing at the end of it. So that's basically all he does. But then secondly, they had the audacity to compare this guy to Rashford.
No one's done that. Only fools do that. So next.
No, facts. No one actually comparing to Rashford. You know?
That's a lie.
Bro, only Man United fans.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian.
Did you watch the Chelsea Man City game?
One second. Christian, I'm not going to listen to a fan that comes on here and tells me that comes in here and tells me that Bailly is one of the top 3 defenders in the league. I'm sorry. I'm not listening to your opinion when it comes to football. See you later. He's gone.
Where is he?
I think Prime kicked him out.
Prime, did you kick him again?
Nah, Prime. He just disrespected Pulisic. That's not on.
I didn't kick him
yeah,
out.
but I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I couldn't give a fuck.
I did not kick him out.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he didn't kick him out.
Fair enough. Christian, you're
he heard my voice and he ran.
Man. He ran. No, the guy made me laugh, man. I like that.
You wouldn't be laughing if they said that about one of your players, mate. You'd be crying right now. You're like, no.
He definitely watched the City game only. The City game only.
If it's funny, I will laugh. If it's funny, I laugh.
It was funny though. I'll give him that. It was out the blue, wasn't it? Never expected that.
The top mod is in the house. Andrew, how you doing?
All right, guys. How you doing?
All good. What's your fraud? And I know you've got a few, but I want to hear your best one.
Oh, I really wanted Ram to be here because.
Wait, Andrew, I'll mute with you for a sec. If you put Jorginho on Fraud Watch, I'll ban you. Continue.
No, let him speak. Let him speak and let him finish, Brian.
Put him on.
I didn't even think of Jorginho. I like that. No. I wish Ram was here because my fraud's going to be Thiago Alcantara.
Raw.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, we did tell him as soon as he came that he was a bit injury prone, but no, we were told he was the best midfielder in the world. I don't know how he became the best midfielder in the world, only when he was linked to Liverpool. And then he's come here. They gassed him because he done 75 passes in a row against the 10-man team. Then got injured in the Everton derby. He's got COVID, and he's come back a few games.
That can't be.
All right, sorry.
It can't be like.
Sorry,
yeah.
He's come back. He's just not looked impressive. I'm just, I'm just being petty, like the other people, and just being disrespectful, especially. So, Thiago. But my actual real one is actually the way the English media treat Jurgen Klopp. And I know they got a bit on his back this week, but some of the things he said about, people United getting penalties, him not getting a penalty, and all he has to do is smile and the media forgive him. If that was Jose Mourinho, they'd be on his back for about 3 or 4 days. So that's my.
That's actually a shout.
Yeah, no. Listen, Andrew's hot on this stuff.
What's my man doing, man? Yo.
No, my fraud is Leno.
My fraud is Christian now. That's it. I am. My fraud is Christian.
Christian, if you've got Twitter, I want you to DM me. Definitely.
Cool.
Please do. Yeah, definitely.
No, don't DM him.
No, definitely do. No, I agree with you though, media and Klopp. What's the one thing that really sort of triggered you about that, Andrew?
No, I just think it's double standard, right? I think because everyone loves Liverpool, they always love Liverpool. They love the romantic side of it. They always love Liverpool, and he does this now and again. But recently, he's been just laying a few shady shots. He's under pressure. But I just don't. If that was like, I mean, us Chelsea guys know if that was Mourinho or Jorginho, if he just says a little thing, they're on his case for about 3 or 4 days, and they don't let it go. And he's the big bad wolf.
Furthermore, do you remember that argument he had with the reporter about the game fixtures?
Yeah.
And it was bare shouting him. I think, what kind of an arrogant fool does that? I was bare offended by that. He started shouting at him. I was going, shut up, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just double standard. It's just. I just wish they just don't get treated the same. So the media's the fraud watch. So.
Yeah, no,
That's a good shout.
I
Good shout.
agree. 100%. I agree with you. Christian, you said you had another one because I like your first one so much. I'm hoping you got another one.
Nah, my other one. I was overthinking it a little bit. Nah, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I'll call you out on it. You said Gabrielle. I'll call you out on it. You said
all right, okay, cool. Let's get it. Gabrielle.
Man, you know what?
Gabrielle
Been confused with the other Gabrielle.
No. Let me talk.
Let him get through it.
Gabrielle got bullied by Shay Adams. Do you know how tall Shay Adams is? He's 5'10". Gabrielle.
I agree with this one. I agree.
Bullied, bro. This guy he's getting balls flicked over him by Daniel Podence. Like he's not a bad
guy. When he's gone out the team, Arsenal done better, to be fair. That's a fact.
Yeah.
He's not a bad defender. He's not a bad defender, and he's got potential. But right now, I think he's very, very overrated. And I'm not going to call him a bad defender because he's not. But
you know what it is?
Very overrated.
Chris, you know what it is? There's too much expectation on him. Because every time we get a new defender in, they put a lot of expectation on them. And then they have one or two bad games, and then reality kicks in. Our defense is fast and thick. That's the thing. Yeah. I kind of agree with you in the sense that, yes, it's not that he's been a fraud and what Chesney was saying.
I think fraud is the wrong word.
We have performed better with him out of the team, but it's because there's expectation on him that he's going to come in. Him and Saliba are going to be our saviors, and Saliba's back up in the. I told you all you need to know.
Yeah, for me, I think fraud is the wrong word to describe him. I would just say he's just overrated. That's my opinion on it.
No, he's a fraud.
He's not a fraud. He's not a fraud.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a fraud.
I'll tell you why. Look, I'll tell you why. You ready for it? You ready for this? Ready for this one? All right.
Come on, dude.
So last season, Arsenal finished 8th with David Luiz and probably Socrates. I can't even blooming remember. I think it was
David Luiz
they go whoever, it doesn't matter. They go into this season and they go and buy Partey, who is a defensive midfielder, and they go and buy Gabriel, who they were laughing at Man United fans because they beat him to it. Yeah, they were like, yeah, we beat you to Gabriel. He's this, he's that. He's gonna, we needed this. This is gonna make us stronger at the back. Yeah. You guys were in relegation with him. Man was getting done by Shay Adams. You were losing like 6 on a row. Like, I'm sorry. Like your position from where you are now to where you was last season, you're a lot worse off with him. He has to be a fraud. He's a deceiver. He deceived you. You brought him in thinking he was going to solve your issues.
To be fair, Jem, they wasn't scoring.
Made it worse.
To be fair, Jem, To be fair, they wasn't scoring any goals either. So you could say it was the whole team. But the facts are, when Gabriel's been out the team, Arsenal done better.
Yeah, but
so
when you buy players, when you buy players, what do you do? Why do you buy players? To improve your squad in position.
This is very true. This is
you're suffering. So you brought him in to improve you, and the opposite.
It's worse than that.
Yo, mute that guy, fam. Mute that guy. Mute that guy.
No, I like this guy. This guy's staying on.
He's funny guy. But still,
he's not being managed well, man. He should be in and out of the team. He's not being managed well.
Don't Arsenal have 9
like that?
Haven't Arsenal
Will, shut up, Will. Shut up. Go away.
9 centre backs. Isn't that right?
I think so. Yeah.
They've got a lot.
Because remember,
9 centre backs
as well.
They've got Pablo Marie, Mustafi, Socrates.
Who do you support, mate?
Chambers. He's a Liverpool fan. I think.
I get gassed. You're the most arrogant fans in the world. What are you talking about, mate?
Liverpool are
falling apart. You rely on one system.
Get off clock slap. Don't come talk to me. The guy can do no wrong.
That's because he's
like,
got
no one criticizes Klopp. Have you noticed when they lost the other day? Oh, it's Arnold's fault. It's Salah's fault. No, why does no one blame Klopp? Why is he so immune to any criticism? Actually gets on my nerves with stupid glasses, fam.
Yeah, I love my old man. I love him.
He's arrogant. He's
Mark Viduka. Actually, I was in the comments with you. I think it must have been on Jem's channel. Have you seen him on your channel, Jim?
Yeah. Mark Viduka has been on GNA TV. Yes.
Yeah. Leeds fan. That's the last good player you had. Mark Viduka. He was a baller. I'm not going to lie.
Wait. So what I need to do in the comments? Will's saying that Zuma is not better than Gabriel, but Zuma's been proven in the Premier League a lot longer.
Yeah.
So can you
madness.
explain to me why Gabriel is better than Zuma based upon what? I need to know. I need to understand from what you've seen. Because there's no way, Will, that you used to watch Gabriel back at when he was at Lille.
Yeah,
I
Lil.
heard an
Can
Arsenal
I
fan, yeah.
stress one thing? Can I stress one thing?
No,
I did not call Gabriel a bad defender. I want to stress that before.
Now come on.
Just a fraud.
Stop this. Stop this.
I want to stress that.
Mark
Just a
Viduka
fraud.
in the chat is now on Fraud Watch, man.
Yeah, he definitely
Mark
on Fraud Watch for
Viduka
that.
better than Drogba.
Oh, my.
I like Mark Viduka though, man. He was
Yeah,
alright.
I did as well. I did as
He's
well,
alright.
I'll be honest. And I'm a Man United fan. I shouldn't be saying
Yeah,
that. But
no.
listen, people, hit the like, share, subscribe.
Hit the like
People
button,
follow
man.
everybody's socials, everybody's channels in the description below. Please go and do that. It really, really does help us all. We're going to wrap up in a minute because we've been going nearly 2 hours. We always say we're going to do an hour, don't we? We always say this. Listen, people, if you get in here a bit earlier, we'll get you on. And maybe we won't be talking so much bullshit between each other. But yeah, no, there's just one thing I want to do, and that's we've got a new channel, new shows coming up on the channel next week. So we've got Grounded Football starts on the Wednesday. I've done it the wrong way around. We've got Next Generation Football starts on the Tuesday, and we've got Grounded Football that starts on the Wednesday. So Grounded Football will include Gem, be Danny Devil in the Details, Red Devil Studio, Neeks, Man Like Stro, and Kesh from the Football Terrace, and obviously a Gals channel Kesh is from as well. He does a lot more on the Gals channel. And then we've got Next Generation Football, which is under 19s. I'm really looking forward to this. So this is going to be under 19s that are looking and talking about football from their perspective, how they kind of relate to young players and how they might be looking at things. These aren't just a group of kids that we found. These are kids with like 10,000 subscribers. I mean, literally one of them I spoke to the other morning, and he said I woke up this morning, I had 200 subscribers like overnight, and now this afternoon I've got like 600. So they're flying in what they're doing. They really are good. They're talented. They're great at clipping things up. Please go and follow them once you see them on the channel. Again, their links will be in the description. Every video we do, the links for these people, their socials will be in the description. I've guessed people who jump on, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But yeah, from guests and people on the panels, that's what's going to happen. It should be really exciting, and I hope we can all get in there and especially the younger show, we can give them a bit of support because they really are talented guys. Ads is one of them. LFC Sonny, we've got 2K, Samuel, the Arsenal fan, and a few more. So yeah, please go and support them. But we're going to wrap up. I want to thank everyone for coming on, everyone for in the comments, for hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing. Again, do not forget to follow everybody on their socials. Ches for coming on as a guest, brilliant guest, incredible.
Bro.
But we are out. We are done. I am tired. Let's go.
Same.